Hey everybody, it's Craig here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to change a speaker in the EVH 2x12 cabinet. So they come with Celestion G12H Anniversary speakers, and I find with the EVH head they can be a little bright. So what I've done is I picked up a Vintage 30 speaker, and I'm going to change just one of the speakers in that cabinet to see if it improves the sound. So the tips that I cover in this video about changing a speaker in a 2x12 cabinet, a lot of these tips can be applied to changing speakers in a 4x12 as well. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing you should do is measure the ohms of your speaker, make sure that's checking out with a multimeter. Then you'll use a power tool if you want to speed things up. It's a Phillips head that you would use on this, and there's quite a lot of screws there. Make sure you have a bag handy. You can put all the screws in a bag so when you go to reinstall them, you know where they are. And then the next step is there's a 1/2-inch nut there that comes off, and that's your wiring setup. So once this comes off, it'll just drop right into the cabinet. Then I used a thin ruler to just get a grip on the back of the cabinet, and I popped it right off. So you can see here's the two Celestion G12H speakers, and make sure that you pay attention to how they're wired, because these are two 8-ohm speakers for a 16-ohm load, and then there's the wiring bundle right there. So another good idea is to take a picture of this with your iPhone or whatever phone you use, because you'll be surprised how quickly you forget how this was connected. Now it's easy. This setup, they weren't soldered, so I was able to just disconnect them, and there's only 4 screws, and they're in there very lightly. Now one thing too is you don't want to over torque these, and you want to do a crisscross pattern like if you were to do a tire, for example. So you want to just do these snug, don't over torque these. That's an important thing. So get them to they're just about kind of tight, and then make sure you're doing a crisscross pattern, and then just reconnect the wires the way they were in the photo that you took. So it's pretty easy because there's no soldering that has to be done in the EVH 212 cabinets. And then once you have that, then you reconnect your wire bundle with the 1/2-inch nut, and then you just reinstall your screws. So do this by hand because you want to make sure that you've got them fed in the holes that are already there. And then once you've got them sort of taking, when you put it in by hand and you feel it kind of taking in the hole, once you have all of those in, then you can do those in a crisscross pattern. I didn't want to over torque them, so I just did them by hand. I wasn't really in a rush. And then once you have that done, you're done. So the one I took out was made in the UK. All right, I hope you found the tips in this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And also, if you're not already a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button right now. Now, also, too, I've got a video coming up where I do a sound sample, where I put a mic on the G12H speaker, and we compare it to the Vintage 30. And then I'll give you my thoughts overall on the sound improvement of the EVH Stealth 212. So anyway, make sure you check out that video. You can find it up here. I'll also put a link to that video in the description box below. So if you want to see what this new speaker sounds like, make sure you check out that video next. All right, thanks again for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.